If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.
Welcome back. We are live at Green Mountain Station. We're in Hempstead. First time here. A lot of farm living going on up here in Carroll County, man. You got sunshine, you got cornfields. All brought to you by Fremont Mortgage, our friends at the Goldfather, and our friends here at Green Mountain Station, where we'll be enjoying some Oriole baseball, not just tomorrow night, but well into next week. So we got Orioles magic going on here. We got Dennis Pitta and Pitta Gradkowski, and we're talking football for the most part, but I want to, we talked about some stuff. Gino, I'm going to beat you up about it. You're very worried. You're very, very worried about what I might say to you, aren't you?
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit. You know how I treat the guys from Pittsburgh, right? I got plenty of friends from Pittsburgh. Marvin Lewis was from Pittsburgh.
Yep.
Fort Cherry.
Fort Cherry High School.
Fort Cherry. What high school were you?
Seton LaSalle.
School was that?
No, it's a small Catholic school. Graduated with about 110 kids.
Played on the football team, obviously.
Played on the football team, yeah.
So 110 kids in your graduate.
We were a pretty good football team, too.
Well, that's what they do in Pittsburgh. They play football, right?
Exactly.
Cow tipping, football, right?
I've never cow tipped. I've never even seen a cow. From Pittsburgh.
Oh, this is great.
That's not true.
I like making him talk because he's got such a great Pittsburgh accent, so that makes it more fun. So Dennis, you don't have any disdain for Pittsburgh as a community, correct? Just like Steelers at this point?
Yeah, I mean, as a community, I have no disdain. Now, I'm from the
Well, you might have to play there one day, so we all have to kind of watch out what we say,
No, I mean, I didn't even know the Ravens and Steelers was a rivalry until I got here, to be honest.
What did you think was the biggest rivalry in the NFL in your eyes, where you're from?
You know what? Growing up, it was always 49ers-Cowboys was a big rivalry.
Right, sure.
That's about the extent of my knowledge of the NFL.
Gino, for you, I'm assuming somewhere in your home, Yin's done got some downtown in the Steelers in that, right?
Yeah, my dad has a little bit of a Pittsburgh accent. I think we
So does his son, by the way.
A little bit.
Yeah.
We can make it worse if we wanted, but
Take a couple beers to do that.
Yeah.
A couple icy lights.
Icy lights.
Yeah, exactly.
But I think that the reason why the Ravens and the Steelers is such a huge rivalry, having been around both teams, it's just so similar. It's all about football. The fans are all about football, and they just love their team so much. And they're two great football teams, so obviously they're going to hate each other.
For you, growing up in Pittsburgh and having a brother that came before you, how much older is your brother? 7, 8 years?
6 years.
6 years, okay, because he's feels like he's been in the league a long time. And I vividly remember him coming back and beating the Steelers as a member of the Raiders, right?
Yeah,
and he was like a third string, or he was like a taxi squad guy when the season began, right? He wasn't their starting guy out of the gate. He was pitching relief, right?
Well, yeah, he was their backup, their second string guy, but Tom Cable, the head coach at Oakland at the time, really liked Bruce and had a lot of faith in him. And Bruce started a few games that year, and it just so happened that he went to Pittsburgh and threw for over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and ended up beating the Steelers.
See, well, let's give it up for the whole Gradkowski family for that. I'll be really honest with you, man. I dislike the Steelers in Pittsburgh so much that it almost gives me greater joy to watch the Steelers play and root against them than it does with the Ravens. Because when the Ravens lose, I feel awful. When the Ravens win, I feel great. When the Steelers win, I don't feel that bad. But when they lose, man, there is nothing better than watching the Steelers lose. I mean, really, it really is. There's like nothing at stake. Because you feel like they're going to win every week because they're the Steelers and they always win 12, 13. They always figure out a way, usually with the aid of the officials, usually. And when Cowher was there, it was even worse because he was just so ugly. But for me with the Pittsburgh thing, did you grow up loving the Steelers when you were 8 years old? You must have. Every kid in Pittsburgh loved the Steelers when they were 8, right?
Yeah, growing up, I was a huge Steelers fan.
Oh,
and it
God, don't answer that question.
When my brother went to the league, I obviously stopped caring about the Steelers and just started caring about which team he was with.
Were you at the game when he beat the Steelers?
I was not. No, I was in Delaware at the time. I was watching.
Oh, okay. So you didn't even get to go to see his homecoming. I mean, there'll never be anything like that.
Oh no, but he had played there when he was in Tampa Tampa and in Cleveland. So I was able to get to those 2 games early on in his career, but I missed the Oakland game, which I was pretty upset about, but it was really sweet to watch on TV.
What's it like for your family, you know, having big football fans teaching their children a love of football, and then you get into the sport and you wind up wearing other colors? I mean, except for Dave Zaskel's whole family's from Cleveland, and on draft day, I mean, you know, I think Pittsburgh Baltimore thinks bad. I mean, you get drafted into Art Modell's franchise when you're from Cleveland, it's trouble. And Kim Herring was from Cleveland, Elvis Gerback was from Cleveland, but Zaskel got drafted. His family, they were so hardcore Browns fans. His whole family would come wearing Brown stuff to Baltimore, and you know, they would say, Dave, no, sorry, dude. I mean, you know, if you win, you win. But I just gotta think that's gotta be a difficult thing for your family, right?
Not the way my family is. I come from a big Italian family who, you know, we're very close knit, and we really believe that blood is thicker than water. So, you know, as soon as Bruce went to Tampa in the draft, you know, that's all we cared about was Tampa. When I went to the Ravens, my whole house, we went out to the mall and got as much purple stuff as we could, and that's just how my family is.
Everybody in your family's better looking, man. Amazing. You get drafted here. I mean, you got cousins that are 7s, they're 9s now. You know what I mean? It's perfect. Perfect. It's true. You ever seen a girl wearing Steelers stuff that looks good? Be honest. Anybody. I mean, sometimes I go up to a couple and I say, you know, purple would look so good with your eyes. You know? I really would. Dave, what were you a fan of when you were a kid?
Oh, you guys want me to be involved now? You guys are having a nice Pittsburgh moment. I figured
I have never had a nice Pittsburgh moment. Well, there was that one time we beat them. We came back. For you, what were you a fan of?
What was I a fan of?
Yeah, teams-wise.
NFL?
Yeah, what posters were on your wall when you were a kid?
Not a lot of posters, man. I was a 49ers fan growing up. You know, like Steve Young, Jerry Rice, that whole crew. That was kind of our team growing up, and you know, the big rivalry there was Cowboys, 49ers. Both teams were really good.
But you don't come from a household that was you know, in an NFL city where everybody in the house is,
Yeah, I mean, I can't relate at all to, you know, being a fan, you know, in Baltimore and Pittsburgh or anything like that, because it just wasn't like that. You know, Southern California, we were more concerned about, you know, how we were getting to the beach and, you know, who was playing on Sunday. So it was just different for me, you know. All this, you know, the fans here, the passion, it's so new.
When did you realize it was like that? The first day you walked down the field in Westminster, maybe, or?
Yeah, I mean,
It was a freaking practice. There's 110 degrees and there's 5,000 people out there, and they're all standing around watching practice. That doesn't happen everywhere.
Yeah, I mean, when I first realized it, I'm driving around town and everybody's got a Ravens sticker on their car. Or, you know, I drive by someone's house, they got, you know, some big mannequin in their front yard. You know,
Have you seen the purple flamingos yet on the lawn?
No, I haven't seen them.
No, we're going to get you on one of those for the holidays. Now we know what to get you. We know what to get you for the holidays. We'll go over Ravens and get some purple flamingos for you.
We don't have much of a lawn right now to put those in, so.
I'll get you a decal for your window or some purple floodlights for the holidays. You know? Have you seen any of the orange around town yet?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of it. You know, I'm not wearing an orange hat, but it's an Orioles hat.
Now, when'd you pick that up? Was that a gift, or did you just go to the mall and say, I want to have an Orioles hat so I feel like I fit in?
Yeah, I bought this probably a year ago.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, so I'm a true fan. You know, even when they're down, I bought the hat. So, yeah, I mean, I just, you know,
that O used to mean 0% chance of ever making the playoffs. But now it's not anymore. No. We got activity ready. Everybody yesterday, all the Ravens players that came to the podium, Ray Rice, Joe Flacco, you know, they all came out. Ed Reed was in the locker room wearing his buckle-up shirt. And Ray came out without it, and I had to just give him a hard time. I mean, Ray came out, he's sweating, he's breathing. The first thing I said, he's wiping off. He didn't even want to, you know, he don't want to meet with the media. He comes in and says, all right, man, I'm ready to go. I'm like, where's your orange shirt? I said, it's in my locker, man. It's in my locker. So I'm gonna have to get him to wear that on Sunday once the Ravens win and the Orioles win. But for you guys this week, I guess in preparation for Kansas City, Gino, for you with your brother and going around the league and doing, where have you seen games before you got into the league? Energy-wise, I mean, other than Pittsburgh, which is, you know, there's always energy in the Steelers game.
I've been to games in, you know, in Cleveland and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh and Cincinnati, down to Tampa, and, you know, everywhere you go in the NFL, it's just, I mean, they're great atmospheres, and they're very, very fun to go to as a fan, and I was a big fan of the NFL, you know, growing up, and even still am a fan of the
Who's your favorite all-time NFL player?
This is going to sound a little crazy.
Don't say Cordell Stewart.
No. LeVar Arrington was my favorite. Was my favorite player growing up.
Penn State guy.
Penn State. He went to North Hills in Pittsburgh. Went to Penn State. Played for the Redskins. And I actually wore 56 in high school and in college because that was his number at the Redskins.
Did you ever play linebacker?
No, I was never a linebacker. I was always O-line, D-line, but you know, just the way he played, he was a freak out there, and I loved watching him.
Were you a big Penn State guy? Or
Yeah,
a big guy?
growing up, I was a Penn State fan. You know, I really didn't. You know, growing up in Pittsburgh, it's all about the Steelers, so you don't really get into a college team. I was a big Toledo fan because that's where Bruce went, and besides that, I was just more into the NFL than college.
Corned beef sandwich, you okay up here next to Permanis? Everything's all right in Greenhouse Station for you? Dennis, you enjoy your vegetables?
I had a nice salad, yeah. I'm ready to get started on the sandwich here.
Well, I mean, I was talking Pittsburgh with him.
I know.
Here, I can just go back and you can continue to eat this chicken
I
sandwich.
know that would have lasted so long. I would have done with my sandwich midway through this thing.
I don't want to host any more segments with you. You're too much of a smart aleck to me. I thought, you know, I go to Dennis back in May, and I'm like, man, you're such a nice guy. You know, it'd be nice to have you out. And then it all started, I think, with Glenn ribbing you, right?
Yeah, I think he's brought out the worst in me.
Brought out the ugly.
Yeah.
Well, you're wearing an Oriole hat. How bad can it be? You guys gonna watch a little baseball tomorrow night? I mean, you know, the whole city's going crazy with this, right?
I'm really fired up about the O's. I can't wait to watch the games. And, you know, just that playoff atmosphere. It's very fun to watch.
You a baseball guy? I mean, Pirates?
Yeah,
I mean, it's like being from here. There's nothing to be excited for a guy that's 22, 23 years of age. You've had nothing to cheer for, like everybody who's 22 or 23 years.
Yeah, I think I was 2 or 3 years old last time the Pirates had a winning season. But, you know, I'm fired up for the O's, and you know, I have my O's hat, and I can't wait for the playoffs to start. I saw the orange beard over there. Where's that orange beard at? That thing is sweet.
Yeah, I saw that too.
What's going on over there?
There's a guy who dyed his beard orange.
Where's the orange beard guy? Let's get him over here. Oh, look at this. Look at this. We gotta get him on the camera.
Just want a picture.
Oh, he just wants a picture. Say, give me an O. Oh, all right, there you go. All right.
That's dedication.
It's good. Hey, it's been purple, and it will be
It has been
again.
purple. It looks like it's been purple.
Come on.
Are you from Carroll County?
Born and raised.
Love it, man. Love Carroll County. We're coming back to Carroll County. We're watching. Give it up for Dennis Pitta. We got Pitta Gradkowski. It's all brought to you by Fremont Mortgage. Our friends at The Goldfather, as well as Raven Zone. We're going to be doing shows every single week. We'll be back out here at Greenmount Station again next month. Glenn's going to come back up, wrap things up with the boys. I think I've opened up some scabs on this Pittsburgh-Baltimore thing. Glenn will be sure to pour salt in the wounds next on WNST.
If you love Baltimore sports, you'll love WNST.net.